That's not.
This guy's got to break. This guy's got to break up with his girlfriend. No, I'm not helping him. No.
Season 2, episode 9 is crazy. It is arguably one of the most iconic Catfish episodes ever, and not for the reasons that you're thinking. The episode starts off with an email from a man named Artis who lives in Woodstock, Illinois. Didn't know that was a real place, but America's got everything apparently. About 4 or 5 months ago, he started talking to someone online named Jess who lives in Marengo, Illinois. Also another place that I didn't think was real. But the first red flag is y'all live 30 minutes away from each other in the same state and you haven't met. It's a no from me, dog.
It's a no from me, dog.
Artis says that a huge bonding thing for them is their love of kids because he has 3 children of his own. Allegedly, she's accepting of that. Couldn't be me, but more power to you, I guess. Artis says that they haven't really made a lot of effort into meeting up in person because they are both currently in committed, exclusive, monogamous relationships.
This is crazy.
They are also both living with their significant others, but they claim that they are very unhappy. If you are unhappy, leave your partner. Don't stay and cheat. This will literally never ever make sense to me. You could just leave and go wild out, do whatever you want, but instead you're going to keep this person, cheat on them, lie to them, deceive them, and then cheat online. Oh my god. Artis claims that neither of their partners know that they're cheating and they only text or message on Facebook because it's just easier to keep their relationship a secret that way. I bet it is. You're nasty. He says that he feels guilty, but
I need to get out of the relationship that's not working for me and into one that will.
Or, and this is a very serious thought from me, very serious advice, just be, say it with me now, single. Just be single. Maybe stop acting like you need to hop from one relationship to the next, especially when you have kids. Nev and Max immediately are like, we are not about to help this man cheat. Like, be fucking for real. We're not going to help you do that. They say that he needs to break up with his girlfriend first, and then they will offer their catfish helping services. They hop on a video call with Artis, and Artis seems happy to see them, but they don't seem happy to see Artis.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Just read your crazy email.
We then find out that he and his girlfriend, who is also the mother of his children, have been together for 3 years, but he claims that she knows the relationship is over with. Now, sir, very seriously, how would she know that the relationship is over if you haven't told her that the relationship is over and you are still in a relationship with her? Boy, math is horrible and makes absolutely no sense. Men just really truly be out here saying anything, and I truly believe that Artis is one of many men who just keep their mouths shut and stay single. If you want to be for the streets, be for the streets. He says that Jess just sparks up his day and things fall in line when they talk. He has a few doubts about her being who she says she is because they've never talked on the phone and they've never video chatted. It's absolutely insane to want to leave your in real life, in-person girlfriend, the mother of your children who has held you down and been with you for 3 years over someone you don't know in person and who can't even be bothered to give you a phone call.
You stupid.
And he was like, okay, well, what makes you think that she would even break up with her boyfriend? Like, she could be playing you. And Artis says that it's all she talks about and she's really ready to do it. And this man is truly just boo-boo the damn fool. Max then interjects and says, if, big emphasis on the if, we come to your house and meet you, what are you going to say to your girl? And this man then fixes his lips to say,
I wouldn't even want to meet you guys at the house. I want to meet you guys at a different location.
look at this Dusty trying to get Nev and Max to aid him in his cheater ways. This is crazy. I couldn't imagine trying to enlist people for help for me to cheat. I mean, I would never do it. I would never cheat, number 1, and I would never need help to cheat if I was going to cheat, number 2. But number 3, I would never cheat. Because we don't do that, besties. Nev says, hell no, we are not going to help you sneak around and cheat. That's not happening. Cheater Krusty disregards what Nev just said, and he says that he wants to meet Jess
And make sure that this is Jess
before he ends his relationship. You are just reiterating the nastiness that they thought you were going to do, and that's why they said, we are not going to help you cheat. So rightfully so, Nev digs his heels in, and he says, you share your life and children with this woman, and yet you can't even be honest with her. Ugh. And he says, if you're ready to be serious, it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be fun, and then makes it very clear that in order to accept their help, he needs to confess everything to his girlfriend. They hop off the call and they both agree that they are not going to help him meet Jess until he breaks up with his girlfriend, and they clearly feel very strongly about this. So they hop on a flight and they head to Woodstock, Illinois. The next morning, we find out that Nev was working out while in the hotel and he injured himself, and so his foot and his ankle is really swollen, so he's going to be on crutches for the rest of this episode. Then they drive over to Artis, and on the drive over, we find out that Nev and Max were cheaters. That they have both cheated.
I'm pursuing girls digitally while in a relationship.
I've done it.
You need to leave.
I'm looking at you both differently now, because if there's one thing we can't stand, it's a cheater. They then pull up at a diner, and Nev hobbles over to Artis, who is already there waiting for them. Artis says that his current relationship is totally over, so then Nev is like, okay, well, why haven't you told her that? And Artis says that they're not communicating right now. And then he says that she won't feel like being cheated on is a form of betrayal. Sir, what? What? I feel like this can't be true, because when you have kids, you have to communicate, especially when you have a bunch of kids. Like, I don't believe that they're not talking. He says that they are strictly in a financial relationship and they haven't been intimate in like a year. I don't believe that entire sentence. I believe the first part, but not the last part. I think he's exaggerating and he's trying to make his relationship seem a lot worse than it actually is, because he wants them to be on his side. I do believe that he stays with her for added financial stability and security. 100% I believe that. He says that his feelings for Jess are through the roof and it's mutual because she cares about him a lot. But he has only seen one picture of her because that's all that her controlling boyfriend will allow her to put on her Facebook page.
Be fucking for real.
Be fucking for real.
Imagine being this dumb. Imagine being this dense. And you're a cheater. 3 strikes and you're out, buddy. Like, it's too much for me. He then shows Nev and Max the picture of her, and Max says,
Wow. There's gonna be one picture. That's the picture it should be.
That's weird.
what does that mean, sir?
Quickly.
Max then asks if they've gotten frisky, and Artis says, hell yeah. Then Nev proceeds to read their sex out loud in public in this diner where you could hear children in the background.
Wishing that you was right here rubbing you down, kissing your body down slow.
This to me was funny, but it was also disgusting. Like, I do not want to read anyone's sex but my own. And seeing this man cheat like this on the woman who birthed his children has me sick to my stomach. Men ain't shit. Ugh, what is wrong with y'all? Nev then says that he is willing to make a deal with Artis, that they will go on, they will do their research on Jess, but he has to sit down with his girlfriend and tell her what's going on so that they're able to move forward with somewhat of a clear conscience. Artis smiles and says that he's willing to shake on it, like he's willing to do this. And this made me sick because I'm like, you're smiling about the fact that you're about to go break this woman's heart and tell her that you've been cheating on her.
Lord have mercy.
That's great. That's awesome. But as they're shaking hands in this scene, I also noticed that he has a woman's name tatted on his hand. So I'm just wondering if that could possibly be his girlfriend's name, because if so, that would just make this whole thing even more messy. He then says that he will call Nev and Max after the deed is done, after he has confessed everything to his girl. As they're in the car driving back to the hotel, Max says that he is less nervous because
I feel like he's actually doing the right thing.
Be fucking for real.
men should just be quiet sometimes. They should really just be quiet. Because how is cheating on your girl and confessing only after you're about to leave your girl for your online mistress the right thing to do? In what world is that the right thing to do? Tell me. So Nev and Max then get to investigating. They go to Jess's Facebook page and they see that she works at Hooters, which Max says is an obvious fake job, and I agree. But it also, it doesn't even make sense as a fake job because allegedly her boyfriend is very controlling. So if this alleged boyfriend will not even let her post more than one picture of herself, there is no way in hell he's going to let her work at Hooters. That does not make any sense. Then we find out that
She also went to the old school of Hard Knocks.
Oh, very prestigious.
Not Ivy League, but
this person put no effort into making this a real Facebook page, and Artis' dumbass just fell for it because he's lusty and nasty. So they go through her friends and they see that she has a lot of friends from the area that she lives in, but we all know that back in those days, people were just adding back anyone who added them. So if one person in that area added them, then it's like an automatic in to get all the people to add them. You know what I mean? Like what we saw in the Tracy Barbie episode. Then they go through the rest of her profile and they notice that her status is single, which is very sus. They then see a status that says,
bored and single. Somebody want to hang or bang?
Lord have mercy.
who the fuck is making statuses like that? Be real, please. Then a guy named Kevin commented on that post and said, I don't believe that you're real. Okay, Inspector Kevin pulling through with the observations. So they message Kevin and they ask him to reach out, and he calls back literally within seconds. So Nev quickly fills him in and then asks him what he knows about Jess. Kevin says that Marengo is a very small town and everybody knows everyone.
So all of a sudden this profile comes up and it's this girl throwing herself at my friend.
He got very suspicious, as he should, because he's never seen her before. And he is 100% sure that the page is fake.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
So then, Cheater 1 and Cheater 2, they get off the phone and they decide to reverse image search her alleged photo. And right away, it comes back linked to what are, in Nev's words, quote-unquote garbage sites.
I mean, they're all just garbage porn
They're all
sites.
porn sites.
They keep scrolling and they find the picture that is on Jess's Facebook profile, and it was clearly cropped. Nev says that this is an interesting curveball because Jess isn't real, but Artis and his life are real. So after he deals with his real life relationship, he has to deal with the fact that he got duped. Am I supposed to feel bad for him? Because I don't. Not one part of me feels bad for him. It's what he deserves, honestly. Cheaters never prosper. And I hope to never see the day when a cheater prospers on this show. I hope they always get what the fuck they deserve. The next day, Nev and Max link up again. Nev says that he talked to Artis and Artis ended his relationship, or so we think. His messages were very vague and he doesn't explicitly say that he ended things. He says that it was the longest talk that he's had,
But it was good to talk and let things out.
so he could very well still be in a relationship with this woman. We don't know. So they give Artis a call and he says that they came to an agreement, which is again very vague, but they decide to pull up on him. Artis says that at first in the conversation, his girl was brushing it off, but then he said,
what we got going on right now is not what's up.
which is a very unserious way of having a very serious conversation. If someone came to me and was like, yeah, I cheated on you, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. They're like, that's not what's up. Pack your stuff and get out of my house, because what are you talking about? He then makes it explicitly clear that he downplayed the depth of his relationship with Jess. Like, emotionally cheating is still very much cheating. So for him to say,
I said, it ain't like I've been doing anything. Only thing I was doing was talking online.
it's some BS, you were cheating.
I said what I said.
He did tell her that Catfish is here to help him meet his mistress, and she sarcastically said,
Good luck on that.
which, girl, yes, exactly. Exactly, because it's like, you dumbass. You're gonna get what's coming to you and you don't even know it. He says that she was comfortable with finding out that he cheated. I don't believe that for 1 second. I think this man is just dumb and dense and didn't pick up on any context clues that were going on. There's no way she was comfortable with that. Then he says that they agreed to keep helping each other out financially until they have both saved enough money to move on. And I absolutely hate this for her. I would hate to be stuck with a man who is disloyal to me, who lied to me because I wasn't financially independent enough to leave. I hope that you, my dear bestie, will enjoy love to the fullest, but you will never be dependent upon your partner, and you will never have to stay with someone who mistreated you because you aren't able to be on your own, whether it be for financial or emotional reasons. Amen. Nev and Max then fill him in on their findings or their lack of findings from their investigation. They show him the results of the reverse image search, and with googly eyes, Artis says, oh hell nah.
She ain't send me no pictures of her like that.
This man is a horny fool. Sir, she didn't send you pictures like that because that's not who you're talking to. Dumbass. So Nev says that. That's not who you're talking to. And then Artis is speechless. He's not horny anymore. He's not googly-eyed anymore. And then he just rants about how he got played. And it's like, wow, that's crazy. You got played almost like the way that you played the mother of your children. So weird how that worked out. Nev then says that whoever it is,
They do care about you. You guys have a connection.
and then Artis says that he wants to know who he's been talking to. Which if I were him, I would have left it at this. I would have went back to my baby mom's, but nope, he wants to see, so he's gonna see. So Nev and Max go back to the hotel room and they give Jess a call, but she doesn't pick up and her voicemail isn't set up. And they're like, oh my god, who doesn't have their voicemail set up? Me. I don't have my voicemail set up. They then reach out to her on Facebook and they ask her to give them a call. She messages back almost immediately. She asks if this is a joke, but then Nev and Max send a picture of them holding up a sign with her name to prove that it's really them, which is so funny because I remember that used to be the way to feel like, oh, it's me, but now those pictures can just be photoshopped. But she messages back and asks how well they know Artis, and then Max gets really mad.
What is this BS that we've got to prove to her that we know Artis and we've got to prove who we are?
So then Nev is like,
Daddy, chill.
like, we need to finesse her in order to pop this bubble, okay? Nev then asks her to call, and she says that that's not going to happen because of her extremely controlling relationship. I just feel like if you were in an extremely controlling relationship, yeah, you wouldn't be able to call, but you also wouldn't be able to message me like this. If you're with your partner, they're gonna hear your phone going off, and you're like, who the hell are you talking to? Who are you messaging? Like, she then says that she needs to know that what Artis feels is real. That Max tells Nev to say that Artis is very serious, and he even told his girlfriend that they've been talking, so their relationship is over. Then he finishes the message by saying that they need to talk about this in person. She says that she needs time to think about all of this, and she will let them know by tomorrow. So tomorrow finally rolls around. Nev checks his Facebook and sees that Jess messaged him. She tells them to meet her at a park by the pond at 2 p.m. and they better bring Artis because she's dying to see him, and just know it's about to get real messy. They call Artis, they fill him in, they scoop him up, and then head to the park. As they pull up to the park, Nev tells them that they have to get their heads in the game.
You gotta get your head in the game.
They sit down at a picnic table and they just wait for the catfish to pull up. Then an old beat up Malibu pulls up real fast and furious, and Nev says, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And that's how you know it's really about to go down in the worst possible way. So a white man gets out of the car looking real angry, and he walks over real slow and menacing like, and he does a very dramatic slow clap that has everyone confused and also, dare I say, scared.
I know this ain't the
Artis looks like he's ready to fight, and honestly, the only one he should want to fight is his damn self for getting into this mess unprovoked all on his own. Nobody told you to cheat on your girl with an obvious catfish. Nobody told you to do that. The little brain in your pants told you to do that. Fight yourself. Don't fight this man for doing the Lord's work and outing you as a cheater. He looks Artis in the eyes and he keeps shushing him like he's a child.
Excuse me.
shit, man.
While Nev grabs his hand and tells him to chill out. He tells Nev not to touch him while making eye contact with Artis, who is standing up and bucking up like he's ready to get down. Nev is actively pushing him back and telling him to chill out and back up, and even on crutches, our man Nev wants all the smoke. The way that the catfish's hair is blowing in the wind is crazy, and the fact that Max is hiding behind the picnic table and hasn't said anything is also crazy. This is just a whole bunch of crazy right now. Then Artis's next couple of sentences are completely bleeped. I can only assume that he's asking the crazy man if he's gay in a derogatory way, using a slur that I will not repeat, and I can only say this just based off of the way that it sounds.
Yo, yeah, you a
But I feel like that's an insane response to have in this situation that you got yourself into, because you were a nasty little, dirty little, lusty little cheater. But hey, that's just my opinion. The situation gets even creepier when the catfish says,
I'll tell you one thing right now,
Excuse
buddy.
me.
One thing you're gonna like.
you're gonna learn to love it too, and then he licks his lips. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir, what? Nev then proceeds to say, what the hell are you talking about?
What the hell are you talking about, dude?
And then pushes him back, but this time much harder, and then he physically gets in between the catfish and Artis. So it's like a Nev sandwich. Crazy Catfish then says that
I'm gonna be the one wearing the pants in this one. Understand that?
he's going to be the one wearing the pants in this relationship. What the hell are you talking about? And Nev asks him to take it down and said that he's bringing a lot of attitude. I'm not sure I would call what he's got going on attitude, but we'll go with that for now. Crazy Catfish then goes off on a rant and says that right now he wants Artis to come here so they could talk. Artis says that they've got nothing to talk about. Max then magically emerges from behind the picnic table to get a better shot, but he still has not said anything. There's just a lot going on right now, and I feel like this would have been a crazy day to be on set. I would have loved to be there. Then, the crazy catfish yells,
You could still be my chocolate kiss, too. You don't forget about that, baby.
What the fuck? It shouldn't be funny. This should not be funny. And yet every time I laugh my ass off. Because why would you say that? Why would Artis be okay with that? First of all, anytime, if you're like a black person, you know that anytime someone's like, oh, you're chocolate, you're cocoa skin, blah, blah, it gives fetishy. I'm a human. Why are you comparing me to food? That's weird. So for Artis to be okay with this and think it was sexy when he thought it was Jess is already a problem in and of itself. But the fact that this man repeated it to him, to his face, and then said baby with a weird accent when he didn't have an accent the rest of the time, it's just so crazy. This is so crazy. Max then remembers that he is in fact supposed to also be hosting the show, and he speaks up. He asks if they know each other, and Artis says, hell no, I don't know him. Crazy Catfish then proudly confirms that he is Jess. He is the hero that we all needed. I thought that was a spider. It's not a spider. I just don't have my glasses on. Artis then walks off angrily because it's clear that this is a scenario he did not play out in his mind when he really should have. He really should have, when he's only seen one picture, says they work at Hooters and they go to the School of Hard Knocks. You should have seen this coming, my guy. So the Crazy Catfish, of course, keeps talking crazy.
I mean, there. That's what I had.
He says that not everything is the way that it seems.
Not everything you see or want it to be can be exactly what you want it to be.
And he is living proof of that. Okay, hear me out. He's clearly off of his rocker, but this kind of made sense. Like, I see where he's going with this thought process.
Girl. This girl is delusional.
Max then asks him, why are you so angry? And he says, because this man has a family and he's talking to me, which, valid. Nev then says, okay, so you're a good actress. Then Crazy Catfish smiles and says, yeah, I'll take that. What the hell? So we then find out that Crazy Catfish's name is Justin. And Nev is like, oh, okay, so you're gay.
Obviously, I'm not gay.
He said, obviously, I'm not gay. Sir, in what world is that obvious? Nev says, okay, but you're having a romantic relationship with a guy. And remember, they're sexting and stuff too. So Justin then says,
I give it to you. You got me there.
Right.
So, maybe.
This guy's crazy. And not in the way that we like crazy. Like I'd be scared of him. Justin says he started the profile to just play around with people until guys in relationships started hitting him up, so he decided to use his power for good. His message is to tell people that you can't cheat and mess around in your relationships, and they all deserve to be taught that lesson. And I agree with this. But I have to say, the psycho knife sharpening music they're playing in the background is killing me.
Until, honestly, I started seeing guys like him who are already in a relationship.
And now I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've ever heard them use this music in any other episode. So that's saying something. Nev then goes to the car to speak to Artis and leaves Max with our Crazy Catfish, and Max yells out,
I don't want to talk to him.
But I guess Nev speed hobbled away too fast. Max was left with no other option. When Nev gets to the car, Artis says that he didn't know what to do because he wanted to hit him, and that's why he just walked away. Nev says that he's super glad that the crew is there because had they met under different circumstances, who knows how this would have gone. Someone probably would have ended up in the hospital. I feel like that's how it would have gone. Justin then tells Max that he is not normally like this, and I don't believe him at all, and clearly Max doesn't believe him either. This is not like a switch you just turn on and now you're fucking batshit crazy. You always are some level of this. But I think that he is just in denial about the fact that he is off his rocker. He says that he's angry like this because his girlfriend has been cheated on in previous relationships, so it got him really upset, and it still clearly gets him really upset. So, two things. It is insane to be doing all of this while in a relationship yourself. It's even crazier for the girlfriend to be aware of his catfishing ways and to be apparently, allegedly, fully supportive of it. That's even more insane. Second thing, hot take, I know we're supposed to see him as a villain, and I know that's the way that this is being framed, and I just don't see it that way at all. I don't. For me, this is like the fat ass Kelly Price episode. Yes, what they did was wrong, but are they justified in doing what they did? Yes, absolutely. While Artis wraps his head around who he has been talking to, Nev rejoins Max and Justin. Justin says that he has not talked to anyone else the way that he talked to Artis, but he has in fact talked to other people, and Max sarcastically asks,
Are you the girlfriend police?
and Justin basically says, yeah, he is, because he hates cheaters. Nev says that Justin did the complete opposite of what they did, and he encouraged Artis to cheat while also manipulating him into a relationship to prove that he could catch a cheater. And while I understand where Nev is coming from, I disagree. I disagree. But then Justin says he doesn't want to talk about it anymore, and at this point, Max is not even filming, so he's ready to get up out of there. Nev says that he needs to deal with whatever he's going through before harming other people. Max then walks off, Nev follows, and Artis is still ranting to himself.
I haven't talked to a guy.
The next day, Nev and Max head over to Justin's house, which me personally I would not want to do. I would say let's meet up in a public place, please and thank you. And when they get there, they pet the dog that's at the house. So then when Justin comes to the door, Nev tries to make like light, casual conversation. Is like, oh, we met your dog. Justin says, that's not my dog.
Doesn't matter, come in.
Okay, well, whose dog is it?
Does it matter? Come in.
Okay.
This man is actually scary. He's scary for real. So they sit down and they start talking, and Nev gives Justin an opportunity to tell his story, but Justin instead gives us a very poetic ramble, and then basically says that he has nothing else to say.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Okay. Max then says that Justin just wants people to hate him, and Justin says that if he apologizes, nobody would care. Then says that he...
Why don't we take 5? I need a drink.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh, he's just gonna grab like some water or maybe a soda. I know Americans are really into their pop. And instead he goes and grabs a Corona. It looks like it's the afternoon. This man is day drinking. That's how much this whole thing is stressing him out. So Justin says that he chose Artis to pursue things further with in this way.
The fact that there was so much chemistry between him and this woman.
Sir, I hate to break this to you, but there is no woman. You were pretending to be the woman. So there was a lot of chemistry between you and Artis. But the whole time he's talking, he puts his crusty foot right on the table, and I personally will never forgive Max for this shot right here, because I know he did this. And the editors who put this in the final cut, we have beef. Justin says that it was a sociology experiment at his expense, and Max is like, well, at Artis's expense. And Justin's like, yeah, I guess, but like mine too. Me personally, I think it was just at Justin's expense. Artis was going to cheat anyways. This way, at least, his girlfriend found out, and now she knows who she had kids with. She knows who she's dealing with. Justin then says that he is the way that he is now because he was homeless after his father died abruptly. He was the one who found his father's body, actually, and when he died, he had nowhere else to go. He needed someone else to live for.
I found somebody else.
And they show pictures, but they blur out the girlfriend's face, which thank you for doing that. But they show her so you know that he really is in a relationship. He's not lying about that. And while I understand what he's saying and the point that he is trying to make, this is really unhealthy and really scary. We saw how crazy this man can get, and I can only imagine what he would do to her if she ended the relationship, if she was unfaithful in any way, or even if she made him mad. I think that this man is actually scary for real. Nev then tries to be nice and uplifting and encouraging and says that his girlfriend obviously loves him, so there's something within him that's worth loving, and that he's living in a pretty nice house, so he's not entirely hopeless. Max then says that he needs to figure out how to like himself. And when Nev asks,
how do you want to move forward from this?
Justin says that
you guys can't do anything for me.
So they're like, okay, we're gonna leave now. Nev then says that there's nothing to tell Artis about their latest meetup with Justin, and that Artis is just going to have to learn the rest of the lessons on his own. So they decide to pull up on him while he is playing basketball with his cousin Charles. I just feel like Charles is one of those names where I can't imagine like looking at my baby and naming them Charles. That just feels like a grown man name. Artis says that he is still in shock about all of this, but he did learn his lesson, and he will not be dealing with women on the internet like that again, and I don't believe that, but that's what he said. And he said that this whole situation made him want to be a better man and a better father.
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on.
And I feel like it's crazy how this man was catfish straight, like Beyond Scared Straight Catfish edition. In our 1 month follow-up, we find out that Justin's life has not changed at all since filming, which is not shocking, and he hasn't spoken to Artis, which is also not shocking. He says that he's no longer catfishing using the Jess profile because he figured,
why would I keep it up? Why not just retire on top?
Which, Again, they want us to see him as the villain so bad, and I don't. I really don't. He says that he doesn't think about Artis and describes him as a fart in the wind.
He's a fart in the wind, as far as I'm concerned.
What the hell? This analogy is crazy. Artis says that he went home that same day and told the mother of his children everything that happened. And I personally hope that she felt real good about hearing everything that he went through. Because that's what you deserve for trying to cheat on me after I gave you children. We then find out that they are back together and that they have been intimate. And that's devastating. She should not have taken back this musty, crusty, dusty man. And Nev and Max seem happy for him, which is even more annoying to me. I feel like Justin was not the villain and Artis got everything that he deserved, and that's the way to sum up all my thoughts in just a couple sentences about this episode. Karma is a bitch. I feel like for me, this is up there in the list of top 5 iconic Catfish episodes with the whole Fat Ass Kelly Price episode. I hope that Artis' girlfriend came to her senses and left him. I hope that she got her financial independence and she never has to be in a situation like this ever again. I hope none of you are ever in a situation where you have to stay with a man out of financial obligation or responsibility because you don't think you're going to be able to do it on your own. I pray that that never happens for you. But I thank you so much to everyone who requested this episode. I've been meaning to do it for a long time and I'm just now getting around to it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe. And hit that bell notification so you're aware of every single time that I upload. Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think Justin was the villain? Do you think Artis was the real villain? I said what I think, but now I need to know what you think. If there are other episodes that you would like me to cover, other shows that you would like me to cover, make sure to drop it down in the comments, or you can send me a DM on Instagram right here. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.